Fit in 10 Nation is day 69 of the Fit in 10 challenge, day 69. And I'm gonna get right into food of the day. And of course this was liver. This should have been on my superfood list. It is not, it's now put in place. And what would I take out? I would take out, what would I take out? Definitely going to put that in place of wild red meat, okay? Because they're very similar, only this is like wild red meat, but with so much more nutrition, okay? Maybe wild red meat would have more omega-3 fats, so that might be the only downfall, although I'd have to look into that to see. All right, so let's talk a little bit about liver. It's about 1/4% protein by weight. It has a little bit of fat in it, but not much. It's quite lean. It's pretty much as lean as white fish. And it's got a little bit of carbohydrates because, of course, the liver stores glycogen. So a tiny little bit. So it's got about, it's about 4% glycogen. So you got to hear some of these RDA percentages here. B12, it's got 3,500% of recommended B12. It's got 1,100% vitamin A. It's got over 260% vitamin B2, 65% folate, that's B9. Iron's got 80%, copper, it's got 1,600%. Choline, there's no RDI for choline, but it's got a lot of choline in it, and that's really important for brain function and nerve conduction, etc. Liver is often regarded as the most nutrient-dense food on the planet. It's often regarded as that, and there's basically no other food that has these kinds of, crazy amounts of nutrients in it. So, like on a caloric basis, right? Like we look at 100 grams of liver, which has got under 200 calories, and you look at the amount of nutrients in there, it's kind of mind-blowing, right? And if I were to sit down and have a serving of protein, I'd be having at least 150 grams of this. So I'd be having 1/2 times all the nutrients that I just listed there. So I'm gonna definitely start having more of this in my diet because I don't have any of it in my diet. I did it a lot as a kid. It's really good fried in onion and then with lime added to it. And surprisingly, it's cheap to buy. Like I've looked into it, and it's actually like cheaper than a lot of meats, which is it's kind of staggering because I guess there's just not a huge demand for it because there's so much nutrition. So, anyways, include some liver in your diet. All right, now listen, I want to talk to you guys about what to do after this challenge. And basically, we kind of need a flow chart for this, but so I'll try to explain this in a very simplistic way. And I won't explain everything today. I'll explain a little bit tomorrow as well. And of course, when we do the finale, I'll explain this again in detail. But if you've lost at least 20% of your total body fat, you follow the program pretty close. And so what you're going to do, it's very simple. You are going to undo the weeks that I gave you, meaning you're going to go backwards, okay? But what you're going to do with these weeks going backwards is you're going to take 2 or 3 weeks in between each of those weeks. Actually, I'm going to say 3 weeks. You're going to take 21 days. So whatever I gave you on week, your last week for calories or for macros, you're going to follow that for another 3 weeks. And then you're going to go back to week 9 and you're going to look at the macros I gave you then, and then you're going to follow that for 3 weeks. And you're going to undo things, slowly adding in calories. You're going to keep your training the same. You're going to keep your cardio up nice and high like it's been. However, I am going to recommend that you give yourself, say, every 5th cardio workout, you can do like a down phase. You can do like just some steady state, so no intervals, just like going at your lower heart rate range for the whole 25 minutes, just to give your body a bit of a break, your nervous system. But other than that, you're going to keep everything the same with your training, okay? If you didn't lose 20% of your body fat, if you're down that category, then I'm going to suggest that you go back to about week 5 and you really try to hone in on the numbers. So you're going to go to about the middle of the program and you're going to carry out those weeks again. Now, same kind of thing here. We're going to wait 3 weeks in between each of those weeks that I gave you your macronutrients, right? So if you start at week 5, you're going to follow that for 3 weeks, and you're going to go to week 6, follow that for 3 weeks, and do your best to adhere to that. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say about that for now. All right, and like I said, we'll talk about this more tomorrow, and we'll talk more about this in the finale. Okay. All right. Message of the day. Look at this, man. 5.5 minutes. Feeling smug. Some people succeed because they are destined, although I would say that's a small amount of people. But most succeed because they are determined. Some people succeed because they are destined, but most succeed because they are determined. So determination is really what separates success from, being unsuccessful, right? We gotta keep working, we gotta keep pushing forward. Of course, if this is what you want, right? So whatever you want, you have to really look at putting in your time, being patient, working on consistency, and listen, it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. And I've told you guys, I did mention this, this challenge is a big undertaking. If you didn't happen to do as good in this challenge as you wanted to, don't be discouraged by any means, okay? It's a big undertaking. So let's break it up into pieces more and then work towards making this a sustainable and consistent system. When I say consistent system, I mean a system that's going to work for you. It doesn't have to be perhaps as hard as many people believe it is. And I hope that through this challenge, you learned that it's not as hard as it may seem to be, especially in the beginning. All right. So I'm going to leave it there for today. I'll talk more about what to do after the challenge tomorrow. And it's another beautiful day. Crazy. 18 degrees, my car says. So not as hot as yesterday. Yesterday said it was 21. Okay, 7 minutes. Not too bad. Submit, commit, you guys. We got, it's officially one more day, but we're going to go all the way to your scan. So book your scan if you've not booked your scan. Book it as soon as you can. And I'll talk to you guys all soon. Stay on the ball. Last few days here. Go hard. Remember, 4 weight training workouts by Sunday. We have a class. This Saturday, we have a class at 10:15 a.m., okay? Finale will be the following Saturday. I want everybody to come out. We've got swag for everybody. We're going to go through the stats, etc., okay? Talk to you guys soon. How many clicks? 1. 3. Okay, well. All right, I guess it's just not going to work for me. All right. Strange. It is on.